Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I'm going to do the train tag. I was tagged by Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems, Madeline at Madeline Reads, and Pat at Book Chat with Pat. Leslie at Bookers and Purrs did this tag. She tagged everyone watching this video. Per these people, the train tag, March on the Rails Readathon. This tag is about trains and I try to keep it dark. This tag is created by Alan's Reads. Check out his wonderful channel. This tag is 8 prompts and a tag others prompt, where each prompt is the title of a book, play, or short story featuring trains. Please match another book to the prompts. It doesn't have to be train related, but bonus points if you can manage that as well. March on the Rails is a reading event running through the month of March. We're reading books related to trains of any genre, fiction, nonfiction, play, or short story. Anything goes. Co-hosts are Greg at Ghost Readers in the Sky, Andreea at Infinite Text, Debs at Raina Reads Stuff, and me. I said the per them. This was actually per Cliff. It was what he said about the tag. There are 8 prompts. The first prompt is The Great Railway Bazaar, a book featuring an epic journey. I'm going to say At the Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft. It is a novella. In this book, there is in the 1920s an expedition to the Antarctic to do some exploring. And while there, 2 of the members of the crew, they fly over a really high mountain. The other side of the mountain is this extensive city from a time well before humanity. And they explore the city. They go into an underground area where they explore that. It's epic not only going to Antarctica in the 20s, but also they discover this city which was from prehistory. The second prompt is Brief Encounter, Still Life, a brief or short book you could read while waiting for a train. That book is The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. It is 64 pages long. It's a really good thriller. She's most known for her book Gone Girl, which I haven't read. I would have to be waiting for the train a fair time, though, to read a 64-page book. I'm not that fast a reader. But assuming that I maybe arrive there a couple hours early, which I would kind of tend to do that in that situation, I would be able to read this book. The third prompt is Bradshaw's Guide, a guidebook to a favorite place or thing. The book I'm choosing, it's not exactly a guidebook, but it is Uniquely Japan, a comic book artist shares her favorite faves. Discover What Makes Japan the Coolest Place on Earth by Abby Dennison. This is a book I just happened to see at the library. And the title is descriptive. The author not only talks about the locations, but draws kind of in comic book style the things that she recommends there. As far as actual guidebooks, there was a time before I had a GPS that I did buy atlases and I used them to travel a bit to go to some concerts. So I did have, those were sort of guidebooks. You could look at a city and a street and figure out how to get there from the maps. Fourth prompt is Breakheart Pass, a romance novel or western. Bonus points for a romantic western. The book I'm going to pick is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Wong. The main character is neurodivergent. She decides that the reason she's having relationship troubles is that she has to get better at sex. So she hires a male escort, and they both have their traumas, but they work through them and a romance develops. And it's quite an enjoyable book, and I haven't read too many books with neurodivergent characters. It's been a long time since I read a Western. The book I'm going to select for this isn't considered a Western historiograph. It's Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. It is set in the West, and it is set in the 1800s into the early 1900s mostly, a little bit in current times. So I'm going to consider this as my choice for the Western part of this question. The sixth prompt is The Signalman, a ghost story horror novel. I'm going to choose The Haunting of Valkwood by Gwendolyn Christie. There is actually a block in a town which is haunted. There are residents there. I don't know if they would consider them exactly ghosts, but they're kind of stuck in time. They keep doing things over and over again. This book talks about a lot of stuff, and it's a really good novel. I recommend it. The seventh prompt is Strangers on a Train, a new book that you hope to read this year. It doesn't have to be published this year. I've only pre-ordered 3 books, and the one I most want to read is The Secret World of Briar Rose by Cindy Pham. It comes out in June. The eighth prompt is The Mystery of the Blue Train, a book with color in the title or on the cover. I'm going to select 3 for these because some were a little bit of a stretch, but first one is There There by Tommy Orange. I am not sure if Orange is his actual real name or if it's a pen name, but it's Orange not in the title but in the author's name. The second is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. Lavender's in the title, but it's actually a person's name. The third one is The Blue Lady of Coffin Hill, Nancy Drew Diaries, number 24 by Carolyn Keene. The ninth prompt is Tag Others. First, I tag anyone watching this video. I'm going to tag also a bunch of people in the description of the video. If you'd like to answer one or more of the prompts in a video of your own or in my comments, please do so. I forgot to do prompt 5, so I'm doing it here. Prompt 5 is Thomas the Tank Engine, a beloved children's book. I'm just going to pick a series. That's the Goosebumps series by R.L. Stine. Not too long ago, I was curious about Goosebumps because I'd heard a lot about it. I had watched a Goosebumps movie with Jack Black in it. I'm not sure if there's more than one, but I enjoyed that movie. Amazon offered a deal on 10 physical books for around $27, so I got it. I've read, I think, 6 of them, and I enjoyed them. One I wasn't crazy about, but the other 5 I really like, so good experience reading them, and I know it's a beloved series. If you can't think of anything else to comment, please add a train emoji or an emoji of your choice. One thing I meant to mention up front in this video is I've never actually been on a train, not a true one. I mean, I've been on little trains, say in amusement parks or some attraction that they drive you around, but I've never been on a true train, and I've always thought it'd be cool to do so. Might be a nice way to see, parts of the country as the train goes through them. Something that I'd like to look into. Another thing I would be interested in if you wanted to comment is if you did have experience train traveling, what you thought of it, if you had any special memories from doing so. I hope you're having a wonderful reading week. I hope you're having a wonderful week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.